Brought to you by Penguin. The Startup of You. Adapt, take risks, grow your network, and transform your life. By Hoffman and Casnocha. Read by Dan Bittner.
To my mom and dad, who have tried to teach me wisdom, and to Michelle, who tries to teach me compassion every day. RGH. To the Mac Doctor for inspiring me to think different. BTC. Introduction. All humans are entrepreneurs. All human beings are entrepreneurs. When we were in the caves, we were all self-employed, finding our food, feeding ourselves. That's where human history began. As civilization came, we suppressed it. We became labor because they stamped us, you are labor. We forgot that we are entrepreneurs. Muhammad Yunus, Nobel Peace Prize winner and microfinance pioneer. You were born an entrepreneur. This doesn't mean you were born to start companies. In fact, most people shouldn't start companies. The odds of success are small, the emotional roller coaster constant. All humans are entrepreneurs not because they should start companies, but because the will to create and take control of our destiny is encoded in human DNA, and creation is the essence of entrepreneurship. As Yunus says, our ancestors in the caves had to feed themselves. They had to invent rules of living. They were founders of their own lives first, and founders of civilizations only later. In the millennia since then, we forgot that we are by our very nature entrepreneurs. Instead, we've been acting like labor, as Yunus puts it. This isn't the way to create a great career. To adapt to the challenges of professional life today and take control of our careers, we need to rediscover our entrepreneurial instincts and use them to forge new paths. Whether you're a lawyer or a doctor, a teacher or an engineer, an Uber driver, or even a business owner, in the 21st century, you need to also think of yourself as an entrepreneur at the helm of at least one living, breathing, growing startup venture, your career. In this audiobook, we're going to help you do just that. When we published the first edition of this book in 2012, we were confident that the core idea of approaching your career as an entrepreneurial venture would have staying power. But we didn't fully anticipate that over the course of the subsequent decade, this central tenet would become even more relevant and important for everyone. As we write this in 2022, we have entered a brave new professional world. Massive, large-scale changes have occurred, from where we work to how we communicate, to shifts in culture, to political upheavals, to global pandemics. This updated edition addresses these recent developments. This book is not a job hunting manual. You won't find tips and tricks on how to format your resume or how to prepare for a job interview. What you will find are the startup mindsets and strategies that will help you expand the reach of your network, gain a competitive edge, and land better opportunities. How did we get here? In the United States and other developed economies, the latter half of the 20th century offered career trajectories for educated workers that worked like an escalator. After graduating from college, you landed an entry-level job at the bottom of the escalator at an IBM or a GE or a Goldman Sachs. There, you were groomed and mentored, receiving training and professional development from your employer. As you gained experience, you were whisked up the organizational hierarchy, clearing room for the ambitious young graduates who followed to fill the same entry-level positions you and your peers had moved up from. So long as you played nice and performed relatively well, you rose steadily up the escalator, and each step brought with it more power, income, and job security. Eventually, around age 65, you stepped off the escalator, allowing mid-level employees to fill the same senior positions you just vacated. You, meanwhile, coasted into a comfortable retirement financed by a company pension and government-funded retirement program. People didn't assume that all of these steps necessarily happened automatically, but there was a sense that if you were basically competent, put forth a good effort, and weren't unlucky, the strong winds at your back would eventually lift you to a respectably high level. For the most part, this was a justified expectation.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?